Hi friends, my name is Rin and I'm a singer-songwriter out here in Nashville. Now I gotta give a big thank you to Singdaptive for making me a VIP recently and letting me try out their new platform called Exchangely, which is a one-on-one voice coaching platform completely online. Now, after living in Music City after so many years, I've studied with a lot of vocal coaches in person, and I gotta admit I was a little bit skeptical at first on what it would look like to do lessons completely online. And I was a little surprised. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my experience, how it worked, and yeah, it might be something that is the right fit for you if you are a singer looking to grow in your voice, your artistry, and all that jazz or rock or pop or whatever you do. All right, when talking about Exchangely, it is convenient, it's affordable, it's fun, and it's personalized just for you in whatever genre you sing. So just as the name implies, Exchangely is all about exchanges, and in this case, they are video exchanges, they are chat exchanges, where a vocal coach personally assigned to you will give you feedback on your voice, personal recommendations, advice, exercises, lessons, and more. Let's dive in. All right, does anyone else here hate scheduling? Okay, I totally hate scheduling, and sometimes schedules just, quite frankly, stress me out. Exchangely enables you to do vocal lessons entirely at your convenience. And when you are feeling mentally prepared, physically prepared, spiritually prepared to sing at your best. How does it work? All right, I just went to singdaptive.com, created a free account, and I clicked where it said Exchangely one-on-one voice coaching. And from there, I filled out the form on what I wanted to work on, and I went to town on this form. I talked about the genres I'd like to sing, my musical influences, and I also got to include my goals for my singing voice, which for me personally, I really wanted to work on vocal agility and freedom in my voice when improvising. And so I expressed all that, and I was then paired with a vocal coach, Kathy Alexander, which she is awesome. And in our first exchange, she sent me a welcome video that greeted me by name. So it wasn't just like some stock video that they put, but she was just like, "Hi, Rin, my name's Kathy." And she shared about her background in music, which was quite extensive. And then also spoke to my musical goals and how she was going to support me in them, which made me feel very seen and understood. So thank you, Kathy, for that. And then it was pretty much go time. She sent me a lesson from Singdaptive coach Laura Clapp, and that lesson was completely on improv, and it even came with some accompaniment tracks that I could practice just freestyling over the top of. There was one that was like in a pop style, one that was in a jazz style, and one that was kind of in like a dark moody style as well. And so that was really fun. And the personalization comes in because after I completed that lesson, Kathy gave me like additional challenges for those videos. She was like, "Hey Jay, I know you want to work on X, Y, and Z. Why don't you try these 3 things as you go through this lesson?" And after doing that, Kathy had kind of asked about how they went and then asked me to submit a video of me doing one of them. So after getting comfortable with the exercises, I took maybe 3 different videos of me doing them. And then when I felt good, I submitted the video that I wanted her to see. I sent that off, and a few days later I heard back, and this was now Exchangely round 2, and it was really great. She gave me another personalized video where she just kind of celebrated the good things that I did, and then she kind of paved the way for the next part of our journey. Similarly to the first one, she provided another lesson, which she sent me a lesson on scatting, and that particular lesson was by Emily Braden, which if you haven't looked her up, she's an incredible jazz vocalist. So in the video on scatting, it mentions, 1, the importance of knowing the melody of the song you're singing. 2, to then try taking out the lyrics entirely and replacing them with syllables, which I'm not a pro jazz. You should have seen me practice this. It was probably hilarious. However, the lessons that I learned from that lesson were very applicable to other genres, and I'm going to give you an example. So does anybody else ever get in their head about singing, like you've been singing a song for a certain period of time, maybe years, and you go, "Oh my goodness, every time at this part I I feel the tightness in my voice, or I feel that sometimes I get this really high note, sometimes I don't. That's exactly how I felt about the song Whole Lotta Love, which I've been singing for years. And after watching that Scatting video, I applied that syllable exercise to Whole Lotta Love, and I found freedom. But like, ba ba da ba ba da ba, ba ba do ba be da. It disconnected the mental roadblocks I was having about certain parts of the song. And I was then able to just focus on the musicality of each line, able to sing the song more freely, more expressively, and come up with new creative ideas on embellishments and making it my own. It's like, that's just from one exchange lead lesson. And I already have way more tools in the toolbox than I anticipated in just the couple weeks that I have been working with Exchangely. I'm working with Kathy via our video exchanges or chat exchanges and through the lessons. I gotta say, unlike a in-person voice lesson, which I love in-person voice lessons, I've had some great experiences with vocal coaches here in Nashville, but one thing that's nice about Exchangely is you can literally take your time with each step of the process, each step of the lesson. So unlike a lesson where, yeah, you try exercises and right there on the spot, the vocal coach is going, so how do you feel? You're kind of going, I don't know. This is still feeling very new and weird to me. Like, I'm a slow processor. So for me, it was really helpful to be able to sit at my desk, try the exercise a few times, and really get to observe in my own space what was happening when I was singing, you know? What was happening in like my nasal cavity and my throat? Was there tension? Was I not getting enough breath support? All those things I started paying more attention to. I think there's a huge benefit to being able to take your time with vocal instruction, but also being able to video yourself so you can see, oh wow, that's how I look when I sing. If you are thinking about doing something like Exchangely, I personally would recommend setting aside 30 minutes to an hour. I mean, that's not long at all. And that'll ensure that you get to take your time with each exercise. I guarantee that you will be challenged. You'll find yourself motivated. You'll be entertained by the lessons and stimulated by them and the insights that they will have for your personal growth, your singing growth, and your artistic growth. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment or send me a DM on the socials, and I would look forward to answering any questions that you have about it. I will also be posting a little more in-depth article on what my experience was on my blog at jrenmusic.com. So I really appreciate you watching this video. I hope it was helpful and gave you some tangible tips, advice, and insights so that you too can grow in your artistic freedom, vocal agility, vocal health, technique, power, and anything that you want to work on in your voice. I hope that you get to experience the same joy and growth that I've gotten to experience so far on the platform, and I wish you the best in your singing journey. Peace.